Hey guys, it's Cauliflower, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to recently hauled favorites. It's been quite some time since I've done a recently hauled favorites. I have done a weekly. So basically what this means is it's just stuff that I have hauled, whether it be at a store, whether it be a swap, whether it be something I got for review. It's all beauty related anyway. So I just wanted to go over a few of the items that I've been liking, and then there's some that no, that I haven't been liking. But let's get to the stuff, shall we? All right. So the first of them is a foundation. I recently hauled this at CVS, and I have been doing nothing but using it since then. I love it. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. Mine is in the color 103 Natural Buff. This has got to be hands down the most perfect drugstore foundation I have found thus far. I love the formula on this. It is not heavy whatsoever, even though it is a matte finish. I'm wearing it today, actually. You can maybe tell. I don't know. The coverage on this is spectacular. I mean spectacular. I mean, a lot of the foundations, the nearest that have a spectacular coverage is, of course, my Kat Von D tattoo. Any drugstore one comes close, but they're not as good as this one. And this one does it all by itself. You don't need to mix it with anything else. I have the two Maybellines, and those are great as well. But I would prefer this hands down over the both of them, especially the matte and poreless. I love what it does. I feel like this is more matte and poreless than the actual Maybelline one is. It's easy to apply. I use it with a kabuki brush, you know, my foundation brush, a really dense brush, and it just applies well. It stays a very long time. I don't know about 24-hour as it claims on here, but it does stay a heck of a long time, and I don't have to powder, or I don't get any kind of oil or anything like that. Of course, it's matte finish, but, you know, sometimes it doesn't always mean matte. All right, so that's the first thing. Next is a powder that I have hauled in my BH Cosmetics haul. This is the BH Studio Pro. I absolutely love this powder. This is a matte finish pressed powder. Again, I guess I have a thing with mattes these days. It is everything I want a pressed powder to be, except with the exception of the sponge coming out that I don't need anyway. It's just a very light, airy, and just... you can't even tell. You can't even tell when you have it on, and that's the whole point. I just love it as a finishing powder. It does a really great job, and it's really affordable. It's like $5.90. I think it's like $5 or $6 on the BH Cosmetics website. I saw this being reviewed by a few of the higher YouTubers. Yeah, you know what I mean. But I always, of course, have to figure it out on my own, and I really, really enjoy this. So this is definitely a favorite. Okay, this was in my Ipsy bag, you guys. You saw my Ipsy bag last month, or for the month of April. This is the Pandoras blush. It comes in this package. It's really, really cute. It's mainly for like a Z palette. And this is the blush that it is. I'm just going to pop it out of this little thing. It is called Pink Carnation. It is one of the most beautiful pinks, natural tone blushes that I have ever used. I have been using this since I got it in my Ipsy bag. I absolutely love it. It is so natural. It looks so pretty on the skin. It's a great color for this time of year, and yes. I have never heard of Pandora's blush before. I know that they are an all-natural company. I guess they are more organic. But yes, Ipsy, please start giving us more of that type of a cosmetic, because it worked very well, and I really, really love it. Same thing from BH Cosmetics is a palette, and this is the Eyes on the 60s palette. Now, I know I haven't done a look or anything like that. I will. If you guys really want to see a look with this, I will definitely do one. I took this to a show recently, and I honestly, I'm one of those people that is not afraid to experiment with colors. I absolutely love this palette. I used actually these two colors right there. Actually, this one and the purple one, not the dark blue. But I used these two colors for my last show because I was wearing a dress that had purple in it, and my eyes just look so alive and popped and full of just, you know, life. I just love the colors in this palette. And you can do any different type of look. The pigmentation is outstanding. It is outstanding. The color you see in there is the color you get. And it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's just not, of course, obviously for that time, for the 60s mod look or whatever you want. I think you can put a little pop of color in your everyday look. And especially in spring and summer, it is going to be a staple. And I'm so excited because I have a couple more coming. So you will see that very soon in a video as well. Okay, the next two are lip products. Another one that I used at a show recently, and I got this actually in a friend mail. This is the NYX Chunky Dunk. And this one is in the color Cherry Smash number, I think this is number 10. Yes. This is what it looks like. It's a little it's a little yucky at the top because I have been using it, but I absolutely love that color. That is a blood red color, and I really wanted a real red color when I was doing my show last week. So I took this one along, and it was just so beautiful. And it's so creamy, and it applies well. It doesn't bleed. I think I like more of the pencils than I do some of the standard lip glosses or lipsticks because they just seem to stay on better, stay on longer, and they don't bleed like a lot of the red lipsticks do. So I have really been loving that one. And the next lipstick I just hauled in my recent Ulta and MAC haul. I just want to preface MAC haul in quotations. This is number AB18 in Sequin, which I am wearing right now on my lips. I think it is a gorgeous natural pink color, I guess you can say. It's like actually like a rose color. It is so gorgeous. It does not dry out my lips. My lips are very moisturized right now, and it feels really light. It's not difficult to apply. It doesn't go out of the lines. I was a little afraid because a lot of lipsticks I own, and I don't like using lip liners, but a lot of lipsticks I own, they always go out of the lines. This one did not do that. It is such a beautiful color for this type of year. It goes with everything, and I really have been enjoying this. So that has been a recent favorite. Okay, and the last thing I have is actually a review product. And I did make a video, but I just haven't put it up yet, guys. But this is a palette from Natural Glamour. It's just something that I got in a review group for like $1. But it ended up turning out being a really good palette. This is what it looks like. It has 4 different types of blush options at the bottom, and then of course 16 shadows, and most of them are very shimmery. But what I like about them is they're very buttery and they blend well together. And look at that. It's just really gorgeous. It really gives you a beautiful natural neutral eye. It has so many different options. Obviously, it matches all the colors that I see in every higher end palette out there. The Nakeds, the Loracs, whatever, what have you. I would put them right up against those. I know that they're a non-known or an unknown. That doesn't matter because sometimes you find a gem in amongst, you know, all the other diamonds out there. So I have been really enjoying that. And as I said, they're true to color, very buttery, and they blend well. That is such a thing with shadows, especially higher end shadows. They're not always the best at blending together or transitioning as well, but these I really have been enjoying. Okay, I have 2 mascaras that I recently hauled, and I told you guys I would talk about if I like them or not. So here's the skinny on these things. Let's talk about good old Rimmel and Kate Moss. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Rimmel products, but I have to tell you, when it comes down to mascaras, Rimmel is not exactly the best in that area. They have had some great ones, like the Scandalize, like the Rockin' Curves, which after a while, it's just the brush I have a problem with. But this one I really wanted to try out because this one is actually a colored mascara, and it is a Scandalized mascara as well. But here's the problem. You see that color right there? It is like a deep purplish burgundy, and the brush I have a problem with too. The brush is like very skinny, and then it kind of dips with this weird curve, and then it has this fat backing back here. I don't like that. Not to mention that you have to literally get in there and do it 100 times before you see any lengthening of your mascara. And the color, this color that is supposed to be, which I will show you, see that? That doesn't show up. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous dark, like that's a real dark, wow, that's a wine color. That's beautiful. It is a gorgeous, beautiful color that does not transition on your lashes whatsoever. It really doesn't, and it's a shame because it comes in gorgeous packaging. It comes in several different colors. This is the only one I actually hauled from Ulta. But it's a disappointment because it does absolutely nothing. And I really wanted this to be, you know, the color that shows up on my lashes. I mean, I'm not saying that people are going to go up and stare at my lashes going, you know what, your lashes aren't purple. But for me, if I'm buying it for that purpose, I want it to actually show, and it just didn't do that. So that was a disappointment. That was definitely a disappointment. And the other one that I have is also from Ulta. This is an not N. This is Essence All Eyes on Me. This one I actually do like. This is another one where you didn't think it was going to be such a great one. It has a skinny little wand. It's very precise. It's not a extending mascara. It is a volumizing, but you do have to use it a lot. It's a great natural mascara that has a little bit more pop. How's that? I think it's like $2.99. I will compare this to one that I used to love, but I cannot find anymore. It's the NYC City Curl that I used to use all the time when I first began my channel. This one is right up there with it. Not better, but right up there with it. And you know what? It's not a bad one. It's like Great Lash or the regular Voluminous by L'Oreal. Those are really great, you know, regular, natural, everyday, you know, lash boosting mascaras. And this one is just as good. So if you want to check it out, it is like about $2.99 at Ulta. And it worked for me. So, all right, guys, that is it for my recently hauled favorites. If you have any kind of experience with any of the products that I have mentioned here, please comment down below. I have to go wash my hands and my arms now because they are full of makeup. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.